Warrior 64 Tango, contact departure on 118.25.
Remaining with you for pattern 1764 Tango. Pattern altitude 1,000 feet, 1764 Tango.
And good evening, everyone.
Warrior
Welcome to
64
our
Tango,
live
contact
stream
ground
on
on
Flying Doghouse.
132.5.
We're departing Nantucket. We will be leaving here in just a few minutes. Live stream will start at the bottom of the hour, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome aboard. And for purposes of the live stream tonight, we are going to be in the Cessna 414 Stationaire that has been recently updated for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. It's now native. It's freeware. It's available on Flightsim.to. We'll have a review video posted sometime this week on the aircraft, but we're going to give it a go here for leg number 15. So we're going to make our way from Nantucket up to Norwood. So welcome along. We're using Sayintentions as always. And we do have our takeoff clearance, and our squawk code is correctly set, so we'll be departing here in just a couple minutes. And if you're interested in this aircraft, I will put a link in the video description once the live stream is over. It'll be a direct link over to Flightsim.to and to Sal's hard work. So this was released a couple of months ago. I failed to notice it, and this was one of my favorite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. It's quite good, and it should be payware. So just saying, Sal, if you ever watch this, just saying. Okay, it is the bottom of the hour. We'll go ahead and get started. Our VFR clearance was to maintain 1,500 feet or below on departure. So once we get airborne, we'll contact departure and see if we can't get altitude at our discretion, as per usual. All right, we are rolling. Airspeed's alive. And rotate. All right, we are well on our way. Go ahead and get our departure contact out of the way here. So it's 126.1. And Nantucket departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you. 700 feet, making our way, departing Nantucket on our way to Norwood.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Boston approach, radar contact.
Radar contact, Boston approach, 123 Alpha Zulu, good day.
123 Alpha Zulu, good morning.
Boston approach, good morning, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so we are going to make our turn here to the north. I do anticipate quite a few handoffs here through this airspace. So So it looks like quite a few of you enjoyed the amphibious aircraft review we did from Dornier. So got a couple of other videos that are going to be released this week. And obviously it is sale season, so there's lots of stuff to talk about in the storefront, so to speak. All right, we're at about 1,400 feet. Let's go ahead and contact departure and ask them for discretion on our altitude. Boston approach, 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting altitude at our discretion.
Alpha Zulu, climb and maintain altitude at your discretion, not above 18,000.
Altitude at our discretion, not above 18,000. 123 Alpha Zulu, good day. All right. This should be about a 45-minute flight-ish.
Boston departure, Twin Diamond 872 Mike, passing 1,900, climbing 4,500.
Twin Diamond 872, Mike, Boston departure, radar contact.
123 Alpha Zulu, altitude's at your discretion.
Altitude at our discretion, 123 Alpha Zulu, good day. Yeah, sometimes ATC will duplicate your
123 Alpha
instructions.
Zulu, altitude at your discretion, not above 18,000, good day.
So obviously we've got a little glitch going here, but that's fine. We'll work through it.
123 Alpha Zulu, copy.
So I guess a couple of things to point out about this piece of freeware. You can actually configure the cockpit. There's a tablet in the this pilot leg left in the side door compartment. So you can pick the instrumentation of your choosing. I left it in its original default state for the flight over, and also did the same thing for the review that we did that'll be coming out this week.
Departure November 2 Echo Uniform Victor 1,000 feet. Twin Diamond 2 Mike, contact Boston departure on 133.75.
Boston departure on 133.75. Twin Diamond 2 Mike, bye-bye.
Okay, so this flight path will take us into Rhode Island.
Contact Boston Center on 132.9er.
132.9er for JetBlue 1076. Good day.
We are using Sayintentions. I do have live and saved traffic turned on for immersive purposes. If you haven't used Sayintentions, there is a 24-hour free trial that you can grab hold. They have actually recently decreased their price for premium. So if that might be of interest to you, you might want to check that out. Okay. Got RPM in the green here.
Cessna 8 Foxtrot Echo. Contact Boston approach on 118.2.
This is a 90 nautical mile flight, so about 47 or 48 minutes or so. And we'll go ahead and get a good rate of climb here. Get up off the deck. So one of the things that you'll learn in the review video that I did for this is that this aircraft is using the default Cessna 172 sounds. So, but other than that, this is quite good. Used this quite a bit in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 when it was a 2020 native aircraft. And I've spent a little bit of time in it. It's a couple of days. It's one of those updates that I missed on Flightsim.to. So if you are on PC and you've never used Flightsim.to, there are a ton of free resources that are available to you. Some of them are donationware. Others are
Honda
pay
Jet
for in
01
the
Echo,
store.
say again.
Contact Cessna 133.45, Honda Jet 1801 Echo.
And one of the things you also will experience with Sayintentions is you're going to find that folks who are using the service have different levels of audio quality that they're broadcasting at. So just something to keep in mind. And we do have engine damage modeling on in this particular variant, so you need to pay attention to that. I wasn't doing a very good job of a couple of minutes ago, but we are now back in the green, so we should be good. And we just continue to make our way. I'm going to pop outside the aircraft and we can just enjoy
123 Alpha Zulu, contact Boston approach on 133.75.
enjoy the seascape.
Clear direct Fredo, Expedite Air 125.
Expedite Air 125, contact Providence departure on 121.125.
Boston approach, November 123 Alpha Zulu, frequency change.
Climb maintain 14, 14,000, Expedite Air 125.
Boston approach, November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you. Making our way to Norwood VFR.
123 Alpha Zulu, frequency change approved. Good day.
Good day. 123 Alpha Zulu.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Boston approach. Good morning, Muskegon Island, altimeter 29901.
Muskegon Island, 29901, altimeter 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. Okay, we got all that squared up. That's good. No worries with that. Looks like we are having a little bit of an issue with internet connectivity tonight. That should get sorted out in a bit. And as sure as I said that, the warning message went away. Anyway, we're making our way from Nantucket up into the Massachusetts area. We're heading to Norwood Memorial. We are our destination for the evening. And we are flying VFR on Sayintentions. So we do have flight following, and we'll be corresponding with Boston approach for the majority of our comms for the evening. And we are not sponsored by Sayintentions, so I'm just a happy paying customer, and I enjoy the immersion, and we have been using this on our East Coast tour, so we are now up into the New England area, making nice progress. I thought it might be interesting just to mix up aircraft for today. We're using the Freeware stationaire available on Flightsim.to.
Departure Care 3241, 1,100, climbing 4,000.
Care 3241, Boston departure radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
Climb and maintain 4,000, Care 3241. Care 3241, request direct Fredo.
And we'll see if our health stream analytics changes again, getting another error message. It's been a good month and a half or so since I've had any issue with that. So there's another internet service provider outage going on. It's either that or the other gamer in the house is being a
Care
bandwidth pig.
5617, contact Boston Center on 133.325.
I think that might be where I'll put my money.
Over to Boston Center on 133.325, Brickyard 5617.
So I do have another video that I'm going to plan on publishing this week, and it's really a, how do I box this one? It's a lessons learned, I think, is a good way of putting it. And some, maybe some do's and don'ts. Anyway, we'll have that out and available.
1,000 feet. Shares Delta November. I have approval for 8,000 feet. Shares Delta November.
Cirrus Delta Echo November, climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Shares Delta November.
So if you're itching to go ahead and make contribution to the economy, there are definitely a lot of things that are on sale in the marketplace. Just about everywhere you look, we've got vendors who have put aircraft on offer. It's the time of year to cash in on some savings for things that you might have been putting off purchasing. And there's some new releases coming out too. And one of the other videos we'll be releasing this week is also actually a new release. So I had fun looking at that. We'll do a deep dive cold and dark start, but we did do a first look just to go ahead and share 2 cents worth in terms of, is it something that you might want to consider purchasing? So it's also available on the channel. Will be as soon as I publish. At any rate, we should have that ready to go Sunday or Monday time frame for one of those videos to get out the door.
November Alpha Juliet 75, Boston approach radar contact. Turn left heading 260 vectors to Gaza. Then own navigation.
Turn left heading 260 vectors to Jaws. Then own navigation, Alpha Juliet 75.
Alright, so we're making our way over to our first waypoint.
Alpha Juliet 75. Contact Boston Center on 128.75.
And it's interesting how volumes will change during a stream. Take a peek at that real quick. Let's see. Turn the volume up a little bit on Sayintentions, see if that's a little helpful. Again, it does vary all over the place depending on folks who are using the system. It looks like I'm scanning for fish in the Atlantic here, so we probably could use a little bit more altitude. Might make it a little bit more scenic too. And looks like stream health is back to normal again. So that's good. If you are looking for aircraft to add to your hangars, there are two that were recently released that I definitely can recommend. The professional version of Black Square's Baron and Bonanza. They are quite good. If you're looking for a highly modeled GA aircraft, those two are winners, and for sure the best value is buying those in a pair with a bundle.
Citation 36 Mike, contact Boston Center on 132.9er.
132.9er.
Cross 514 Romeo Sierra, radio.
So I think we'll probably have another 2, maybe 3 legs left before we finish up this East Coast swing. We'll terminate this particular series in Maine, and then we're planning on going west. We'll go through the Great Lakes area, so looking forward to that. We'll either be in the 414 or we may make an aircraft change. Not sure yet.
Departure Cirrus 168 Delta Juliet at level 1,600.
Cirrus 168 Delta Juliet approach radar contact. Fly heading 222 vectors to Martha's Vineyard, then own navigation.
Lost approach Cirrus 168 Delta Juliet level 1,600. Like to pick up my IFR to Bedford.
Cirrus 168 Delta Juliet approach cleared to the Hanscom Airport. Direct Fredo then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Squawk 3073 and ident.
123 Alpha Zulu, contact Providence approach on 128.7.
Contacting Providence approach on 128.7, 123 Alpha Zulu. Yeah, Providence approach, good morning. November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you, 1,700 feet. 35 nautical miles southeast of Providence on our way to Norwood Memorial.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Providence approach. Good morning, Falmouth, altimeter 299er1.
Falmouth, altimeter 299er1, 123 Alpha Zulu.
Whiskey Yankee, go back to level at 3,000. Providence approach, Whiskey Yankee, go back to level 3,000.
Whiskey Yankee, Quebec, climb and maintain 3,000.
Okay, so we're coming up on New Bedford and Dartmouth. And we'll continue to proceed to the northwest for a bit before we make our more northerly turn to our final destination. All right, we're well clear of the obstructions to our 10 o'clock. Keeping the old eyes peeled.
Winds are favoring 5. Gonna get and take 5 for 6 up. Sorry about that. We'll take runway 23, 6 up, Mike.
And continuing to monitor our bandwidth and connection, and current connection is excellent. So thanks for either watching the live stream or the replay. Good to have you along. We're in a freeware version of the Cessna Stationaire. Cessna 206. And we are using the variant with the wheel shoes or fairings. Not sure why that makes me giggle, but it sure does. All right, we got our wheel shoes on and our flaps up.
It's departure corporate 813 Alpha Zulu with you at 7,500.
Air 3 Alpha Zulu, you're welcome.
Corporate 813 Alpha Zulu descending to 2,000.
All right, we got about a 23 nautical mile run here between waypoint 1 and waypoint 2. And then a 25-mile run to our final destination. So we are in good shape. But this one should be about a 45-minute flight total. So we're fairly close to that original estimate, I think. Just continuing to chug along here.
Altitude is my discretion. 258 Delta Golf. I'm already in the air. 258 Delta Golf.
All of our temperature gauges look good. No issues. We need to make our way to the west before we make our turn to the northwest. we're making our way past New Bedford here. That's to our 7 o'clock. And I think we may have visited that in leg 13 this trip. So we're doing a little bit of a zigzag here across Rhode Island and Connecticut. And I've been to Providence and to Newport, both beautiful places. So haven't gotten a chance to do that. Definitely on the recommend list.
Flight 8 Delta Golf, contact Boston approach on 124.1.
Contact Boston approach 124.1. 258 Delta Golf.
Yeah, we're just continuing having fun, making our way here, enjoying the greenery. Like lots of pine below us. If you live in this part of Rhode Island and Connecticut, I'd be really curious in the chat if you're familiar with the different kinds of trees that are native to this geography. I'd be interested. Probably about 10 nautical miles out from Providence, and we'll be making our turn north. And I learned my lesson about having multiplayer turned on, so it has been off the last several flights, so I expect that trend to continue. I'd like for it to be able to be on, but there's always that somebody who's not quite sure how to behave themselves. That also manifests itself in terms of feedback in chat too, but that's just kind of the cost of doing business. We mitigate what we can mitigate. It's kind of like my grandfather taught me a long time ago. I can't make you act like an adult, but I also don't have to tolerate it either. Oh, there we are. Deep thoughts and social philosophy from the doghouse. All right, making our way here into Providence. And our flight route will take us over the top of, I guess that's Pawtucket. So, Nantucket to Pawtucket to Norwood. Need to motivate. Let's see what we got here. And we'll also go over the top of Attleboro and North Attleboro, if you are familiar with those locales. And Norwood is 3,991 feet. Runways 28 and 10. So looking like runway 28 based on conditions for today. And I have had a couple of instances in Sayintentions where they have insisted on giving me a runway to land on that didn't exist in the airport. So we'll see what happens here at Norwood. This is a towered location that we'll need to contact, so their tower frequency is 126.000, so we'll make that appropriate change as we get instructed. Otherwise, we'll just continue to chug along here. So I am cutting the corner a bit on our magenta line planned route just to save a minute or three. And this should get us closer to about that 45 to 50 minute estimate that I gave at the beginning of the flight. So the interior of this aircraft is also configurable, right? So you can change the layout. And I don't know that there was any other freeware that was out there when this was released that was actually doing that. So,
2 Delta Golf, turn right, heading 080.
Turn right, heading 080, 2 Delta Golf.
there are several liveries that are available for this particular freeware. I like this red and white and gray variant. Well, today's been very unusual for Doghouse. I've actually had some time to spend in the sim, which has been a little out of the ordinary the last several weeks. So
123 Alpha Zulu, remain clear of the Boston Class Bravo airspace. Remain this frequency.
Remain clear of the Boston Class Bravo airspace, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so I'm going to explicitly have to ask for that clearance.
123 Alpha Zulu, remain clear of the Boston Class Bravo airspace.
Remain clear, 123 Alpha Zulu. Bravo's approach, requesting, this is 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting access to the Class Bravo airspace on our way to Norwood.
Alpha Zulu, cleared into the Boston Logan Class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 3,500 feet.
Maintain VFR at or below 3,500 feet, cleared into the Bravo airspace, 123 Alpha Zulu. Yeah, so if you forget to do that and explicitly ask permission, you will get a number to call. But we should be good now. And our altitude is definitely good because we're cruising along here at about 1,400 feet. And we just continue to chug along here. For those of you who are watching the live stream, welcome. Good to have you along. We are leg number 15, I believe, in the East Coast cross-country tour, and tonight we're taking the Cessna stationary Freeware for a spin. So it was recently updated, I think about 60 or 70 days ago. Made native for 2024, so I'm trying it out. Flew this quite a bit in 2020. It was very, very good. And I am finding that the 2024 variant is equally as good, so it's been very enjoyable flying the aircraft. We'll have a aircraft review that'll come out sometime this week talking about this one, but I wanted to give it a cross-country spin tonight just to get back into the habit and get reacquainted with the aircraft. Not everything is modeled, by the way, in the cockpit, so the breaker system doesn't work. Although engine damage is hot and active, so you do need to pay attention to your engine temps and your RPM and your throttle. Excuse me, your throttle utilization, because it can come back and bite you. And again, this is
123 Alpha Zulu. Contact Norwood Tower on 126.0.
Contact Norwood Tower on 126.0, 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. Good morning, Norwood Tower. November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you, requesting clearance to land.
(123 Alpha Zulu), enter right base for runway 28.
Right base, runway 28, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so we've got our directional instructions here. Now let me go ahead and check and see if there is actually a runway 28, and there is. All right, so we should be in pretty good shape here. Get ourselves set up for our approach in here. If you're just now joining the live stream, welcome. As I stated a couple minutes ago, we are on leg number 15, I believe, on our cross-country East Coast tour here. Preponderance of it has been in the Cessna 414, but we are in the Cessna Station Air tonight, the Cessna 206. Freeware available from Flightsim.to. I'll put a link in the description below so you can download this if you're using PC. Not available on the Xbox, but it is quite good. And was out for quite a long time as a 2020 aircraft, and the developer has made it 2024 native. So greatly appreciative of Bagaloo and Sal's work on the aircraft. It's very, very well done. If you don't have it, go get it.
At 1,000 feet, heading 120.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, contact departure.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, contacting departure.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, roger, contact Boston departure on 124.1. Good day.
And we were requested a right base for runway 28, so we're going to go to the west of the airfield, and then we'll turn downwind. And we'll make our way across. We're probably about, I'm going to guess about 6 miles from the airfield.
Contact departure Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu.
Skyhawk Tree Alpha Zulu, roger Skyhawk Tree Alpha Zulu. N070 SB contact departure on 124.1.
And we've got a aircraft with a call sign similar to mine, so doubly paying attention to that tonight. Like I don't, but at any rate. That's quite frankly one of the things I like about Sayintentions, that it is quite immersive, right? I think it adds to the experience, and I also think it's worth the subscription. And as I have mentioned earlier, if you just joined the live stream, I am not sponsored by Sayintentions. I'm just a happy customer. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, there is a trial, free trial. But there we go. And we'll go ahead and start our turn here more to the north.
7 Kilo Tango, contact departure.
And as I mentioned earlier in the video,
frequency change to 124.1.
volumes on comms from other pilots are all over the map. So it's just kind of the cost of doing business with this. All right, our airspeed is definitely sort of on the middle side of the green, so we don't have a lot of airspeed to bleed off. Our altitude is good. We're about 1,200 feet. And we'll just continue to make our way across to Norwood. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, a bunch of stuff on sale, so now is the time of year to be pulling the trigger. And there are some new releases, right, which will probably increase at an exponential rate as we get into December. Folks trying to push some things out the door. If you're going to buy it, you might as well get it on offer while it's available. So check the storefront of your choice near you on the internet today. So if you remember,
Departure 125.1 for beat 070 Sierra Bravo, roger.
If you're a member of Virtual Flight Online's
N070
Discord,
SB, you have not been cleared into the Bravo airspace. Exit the Bravo immediately. Advise when ready to copy phone number for possible pilot deviation.
we have created a sub-channel for tracking sale
Nantucket
offers.
Whiskey, clear to silver comment, right up Vector Revs, DNS file, climbing maintain 4,000, select flight level 300, 10 minutes after departure on 124.1, spoken 5234, expecting runway 10, ready to go at runway 10.
And if you're also looking for a place to fly in a group flight, if you've never tried that, Virtual Flight Online's Discord is an awesome place to get that done. We have a very friendly group. We have flights almost constantly during the week. So definitely regularly scheduled programming on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We also have invitation-only flights that folks are free to set up for themselves. And they can invite other people to join along. You know, it's a welcoming international group, and we do like new folks, so you're more than welcome to join us.
Skyhawk 3 Whiskey Hotel, contact ground on 121.8.
Contact ground on 121.8, Skyhawk 3 Whiskey Hotel.
Request
Right.
VFR
About 2
clearance
minutes we can
to
turn down
Kilo
wind.
Golf Oscar November.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Yeah, the other thing that I have found amusing about Sayintentions is that people will use tone to talk to AI. I'm not really sure that's going to do you much good. But Sayintentions does continuously improve the software, so they're constantly pushing new code out to make it better. We'll talk to Tower here in just a second. 60 or 70 second run here away from
123 Alpha Zulu, winds 320 at 3, runway 28, cleared to land.
Here we go. Winds 320 at 3, runway 28, clear to land. 123 Alpha Zulu, turning downwind for runway 28. Start getting our situation situated here.
Piper 9er, Quebec, contact departure.
Negative, Piper 9er, Quebec, we're staying in the traffic pattern for touch and go. For takeoff, make right traffic, Piper 9er, Quebec.
All right.
Runway 35 clear for takeoff, Piper 9er, Quebec.
And we're at about 1,000 feet. And we will continue to drop altitude before we make our turn to short base, and then we'll have a short final. Ooh, I just missed runway 28. Oh, that's funny. Here, we'll teardrop. Nothing to see here, moving along. Too busy talking and not busy enough aviating, I guess. I'll try that again, folks. Oh, wow, I totally misjudged that.
Skyhawk 7 Kilo Tango, contact departure.
Original Hawk 7 Kilo Tango.
Here we go. All right, welcome to Norwood. Oh wow, that was all that fun. Haven't flown this airplane in quite a bit of time. Norwood ground 123 Alpha Zulu requests taxi to General Aviation Park.
One, 2, 3 Alpha Zulu, taxi to General Aviation Parking via Foxtrot Bravo, hold short of runway 17, then Alpha Charlie. Good day.
Parking via Foxtrot Bravo, hold short, runway 17, then Alpha Charlie. Good day, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, we made it. Another leg in the books. I'll update the description of the video to include the link for the download for this fine little bird. Be on the lookout for our review video. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. Thanks for joining the live stream and watching the replay.
Contact tower on 126.0 for departure clearance.
26 point.
And I appreciate you being along today. Hope everybody is keeping well. Until next time, folks. Cheers, y'all.